You're going to have to record and you're going to have to end it. But
I'm recording. You're being recorded. Hello, everyone. Here we are, number 3 training for search engine optimization and what to blog. So I am just going to have a little bit of a chat in the beginning, and then Jeff's taking over for the rest, which is really good. I'll just sit back and relax. So what we're going to talk about initially is what to blog, and I think everyone has this problem about coming up with content about what to put in their blog. Rather than wasting time, I'm going to give you a few little tips here. First of all, you want to create content around what people are asking. So find out what your target market is. So know your niche, what you're in, and then once you know what your niche is, then you need to go and look at questions that people are asking and be able to answer those questions for them and find out what their pain is. So to help them get unstuck in whatever they're doing, good places to go and look at questions are Quora. And also there's plenty of forums that you can get on, and just get on there and join up to the forum and start talking to people and find out what their problems are and how you can help solve those problems. Another good thing is to also go and check what other successful people are doing. Now, you know, with all the training that you've received about who is, out there doing really well. Go and see what they're doing. Check out their websites. Read their blogs. It doesn't mean you have to steal completely everything word for word, but you can certainly get ideas from them and draw ideas from that and make it your own and write it how you would write it and make it your own content. What else? That's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. You will have to get on to Keyword Planner, but Jeff's going to talk all about that. I'll let him do all of that completely. The other thing is, when you're starting out a blog, I know Ace and Rich come to mind, that when they first started, and they've been blogging for about 3 years, that they blogged every single day. So, I don't know how much time everyone has and coming up with a content, but it doesn't have to be a majorly huge blog. It doesn't have to be a novel or anything like that. As long as you're putting something on there with pictures and you're doing all the SEO correctly, that is drawing people to your website. So that's what they did. They did that for the first year of their blog, and they reckon that helped them enormously. Obviously, if you can't do that, at least try and get a blog at least twice a week or even once a week, as many times as you possibly can. Just blog and get the ideas out there and be able to help people with their problems and solve some of their problems. That's pretty much it, Jeff, and I'm going to talk about blog ideas. So I'll leave it all up to you now, unless you can add something to that part. Can you add anything to that?
no, not at all. I think you've pretty much covered it. It's a matter of finding ideas, and what we're really talking about today, let's face it, is how to optimize those ideas and get people's blogs seen on the internet.
Definitely.
So thank you very much, Sasha. That's pretty cool. If we go ahead with the slides. Okay. Can you see my screen okay?
I can beautifully, yes.
Righto. Welcome everybody. I'm Jeff Upton, and what we're going to talk about today is search engine optimization for weblog posting. And if you didn't know, weblog has become blog. That was its origins, a weblog. So why are you being taught this? Well, as the slide says, really, if your blog is not SEO, then you're just not going to be seen. It won't be ranked, and nobody will notice it, and you're just wasting your time. Optimizing your blog is going to draw attention to your site, particularly in SAN. It's going to draw attention to your banner adverts and your affiliate links. And if you're independent, you're pushing other people's products, say with ClickBank, Amazon, stuff like that, then you're going to be drawing attention to those products through search engine optimization. And we're not going to be talking for very long here today, but at the end of this training session, you will definitely be able to write a correctly worded or keyworded blog. It'll be optimized. and that's going to drive traffic for you. So, intro over. Sash, how about we continue?
Good one.
It's all about keywords, people, and I want to spend a bit of time talking about that because a keyword really is a search term. And as Sasha was saying, imagine what your market niche is, imagine who your customers are, imagine if you can the sorts of things there will type into a search engine, and that will be your keywords. I'll give you a quick example. Drones, you know, the things that buzz around and take footage and all that sort of stuff. I'm affiliating with a couple of drone companies, so we use those in this particular case. If I wanted to sell a drone to somebody, I could use a search term, a keyword, and I would simply write drones into Google, hit enter, and I would be presented with a load of options. That's known as a short tail keyword. It's just one or two words. For our purposes, it's pretty useless, really. We want to drill down. We want to use long tail keywords. We want to be as specific as we can, and so I would use, in this particular example, drones with cameras for under £100 in the UK. That's a long tail keyword. I would make that my title. I would optimize my images for that blog using that keyword or that key phrase. When you do this, you can get related keywords. If you go back to the SEO training we did for YouTube videos, you'll see how to go about doing that. But effectively, you find people who are authoritative, I should say, excuse me, in your market niche. And we used the example before of Tony Robbins. If you wanted to promote a motivational video, then you would find his work and you would create a hyperlink from his work and you would put it in the description term on your YouTube video, and you do exactly the same thing on your blog. Sasha's really good at this. She loves hashtags, and so keywords, anything you use in the tags section on your WordPress ought to be related, and they ought to be your keywords as well. And as we've already covered, you know, use hyperlinks, use URLs to related material, put them on your blog. In a moment, I'll show you a slide. I'll give you an example of a blog that I made earlier. Here's one I made earlier. All of your images, as I said, have to be labeled with the keyword, the key phrase, before you load them onto your blog post. Same with your videos if you're going to embed them on your blogs. And if you recall from the previous training session, I suggested you all get a canva.com account. And if you haven't got one, go and get one. You really need them. They're useful. Okay, so we'll move on. Some of you may not be familiar with this, so I'll walk and talk you through it. But it's the dashboard, it's the back office of a WordPress account. And when you get your own websites, you're going to have to build them through this fella. Now, as you'll look at the screen, top left, there's posts. It's illuminated in blue. I'm about to publish a new post. Now, obviously, I'm not going to, but this matrix here, if you look at the top, you'll see a field where I've written keyword or key phrase must go here. That'll be your title. When you publish this, what you write in there will be titled on your blog. And so you want to put your key phrase in there, your keywords. Remember, drones with cameras for under £100 in the UK, for example, will go in there. Permalink. I've found that WordPress actually gives you, as you can see with my cursor flashing across here, your keyword automatically. But guys, girls, in case it doesn't, you may have a different setup to me. Hit edit and make sure that your permalink is also the keyword, your key phrase.
Can I just interrupt there, Jeff? I found I've put a few blogs on my website now, and it always does it automatically, except for the other day. It didn't. I just happened to check it because I don't normally bother checking it anymore. And there, sure enough, it didn't have the whole long tail keywords in there that I had. I'd only had some of them. So yeah, it's always good to check.
No worries. Thanks. We're getting to the guts of it, but this is really, really, really crucial. You must do this if you want to search engine optimize your blogs. You know, whether you've made a video and written about your video, whether you've just created your blog and then you're going to make a video out of that, it's irrelevant. when you come to post it, when you come to publish it, you've got to have the keywords in there, and this is where they go. For maximum optimization, this is what Google loves to see. Your keyword must be in the first sentence. So you've got it in the title, you've got it in your permalink, and you must have it in the first sentence. It's also got to be in the last sentence, but we'll come to that. Any new headings that you have throughout your blog should also be keyworded. Your keywords must be hashtagged, and along with several other related keywords, but we discussed those. And a keyword is also to be presented in several different formats. So you embolden your keywords, you italicize them, you underline them, you have them as URLs, and you sprinkle these keywords throughout the text of your blog. As I say, I will show you an example in a moment of one I did recently. The keyword must also be the last sentence. So as I say, first sentence, last sentence, that's your keyword. Any images or video that you upload or embed into your blog must also be named as the keyword before you upload them. And if you remember, as I say, the last SEO training session, go to canva.com and you'll know how to make the changes for that. Now, don't forget your calls to action, of course. Your related authority content links must also go in there, and something called syndication, which a few of you may not know about, and I'll cover that in a few moments. Okay, so there's a picture of me when I had two eyes, at least two eyes that worked, and scruffy little sea dog. Once again, I've chosen to put a blog post, and my keyword, how to make money online, with a question mark, is what I figured that people who want to make money online might search for in Google. Therefore, what does it become? It becomes my title, it's my keyword, and it goes into my permalink. It also becomes headings throughout my blog. This image that I've uploaded has been named. Guess what? How do you make money online? One thing you may not know, in the categories on WordPress, if you don't have categories for making money online or for whatever is related to your title, your keyword, click Add New Category and create one. Moving along. Righto, so here's the blog itself. I think I loaded it. Was it a couple of days ago, Sash?
Yeah.
Remember, embolden, italicize, underline. First and last sentence. So here's my key phrase, my key word. How do you make money online? It's the first sentence, it's the last sentence. If you're following my cursor, you will see that here I've italicized it. It's underlined here as a URL. And obviously we've emboldened it here and here. And what I do is I'll just write my blog, and then I will go in with my keywords and I'll sprinkle the keywords throughout the blog and make it. It's a challenge at times.
No, how am I going to get that in there? It doesn't read right, but yeah, you just put it in there.
It's amazing. People will read what you want them to read, but you're trying to make it sort of reader friendly as much as you're trying to make it Google friendly. So yeah, please sprinkle your keywords throughout your blogs. And tags, you know, what do I do here? I haven't put many tags in, but yeah, gang load your tags if you can. Be aware though that the amount you put in will appear underneath your blog on your website, or on the blog page of your website. So that's a consideration as well.
Can I ask you about the tags, as I haven't done that with mine? So how do you do that? You just do it in that area, do you?
Yeah, exactly. At first, I thought that you have to have a hashtag symbol and then write the word. So I still occasionally put a hashtag in there, but apparently I'm told you don't. You just simply write the word, put a comma, write the next word, put a comma.
Just like videos. Yeah, at the bottom of your video. Okay. Oh, good. I didn't know that. Thanks for that.
No worries. Next slide. Aha! Cracking. Syndication. This is my favourite. I like this because it means the job's pretty much done.
Yeah.
Syndication means that you, I guess if you have a syndicate for, you know, your lottery tickets, there's a bunch of you involved in the same thing. And what syndication in this particular case means is that you don't just put up a blog. you convert that blog to a PDF, you convert that blog to a YouTube video, and you put it on your social media. So you're using lots and lots and lots of things to promote the same aspect. Syndication. I suggest you all go to onlywire.com for syndication. This was actually taught to me in the company that I was affiliating with before, and it works. It's a good thing. Onlywire.com shares 50 social media sites, so you just have to upload your blog one time and it will propel it, link it, put it out there to 50 social media sites. And as the slide says, all these sites are linked, and linking helps your ranking. It's on the front page of Google. It's a good thing. Yeah, Sasha mentioned this earlier with regards to getting keywords. And there's been a few changes. So I suggest you use semrush.com as it's written on that slide for your keyword searching. But I don't. I used to, and it's still a good resource. But what I do now is I just imagine what my customers will put in their search fields, and I just emulate that. That's all it is for me. But as I say, I'm independent. SEO for me is just one aspect. I'm pushing loads of other different products elsewhere. There was a time when you could simply type in Google Keyword Planner or Google Keyword Planning Tool, and you'd be able to utilize it for free. These days, you have to actually run an ad campaign in Google AdWords before you can use the keyword planning tool for free. I think you were able to still use keyword planner for free. Is that right, Sasha?
Yeah. In the company that I was with earlier, I used to run Bing ads, and I think that's why I can still access it. I just did the other day actually, doing that very thing for a blog. So that must be the case then. Yeah.
Yeah. I went in as a newbie 3 days ago. Yeah, about 3 days ago, just to see what it was like. And although I can access the keyword planner for myself, if you're starting out, if you're new, sorry guys, girls, you do have to run an AdWord campaign first, and then you can have the access to that facility. But it's not really necessary. You can simply go onto, as I've said already, Google's search field and just type in what you think your customers will type in themselves.
Do you, I don't know if you remember this, but I was always taught to put parentheses at either end of that long tail keyword search that you're doing in Google, so that you can get the exact amount of knowing how many people are searching for that particular long tail keyword.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Okay. When you say parenthesis, do you mean the quotation marks, or
quotation
do you actually
marks? I meant yes, actually. Yeah.
So as it's on the slide there, you exactly as Sasha said, bang in your search, your Google search field. You know the keywords or the search phrases that you think your customers will use, and make that your keyword. But as Sasha's mentioned, she's absolutely spot on. You put quotation marks or parentheses.
Yes, quotation.
Either side of your keyword, either side of your key phrase in your Google search field, and yeah, that drills it down a little bit more, doesn't it? That gets you. So I do both, but yep, Sasha's right. Go ahead, use it like that.
So can I ask you what your knowledge of that is, far as how many people is too many people, and how many people is a good amount of people?
20,000.
Yeah.
Is pretty good. If you go over that, you're sort of facing too much competition and so on and so forth. But if you go under 5,000, it's hardly worth your while bothering, because you're not going to get. Does that make sense? Does that answer the question?
Totally. Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah. I just wanted to get your view on that. I was always told that amount as well. Yeah.
Well, there we go. 2 brains are better than 1, right?
Absolutely.
I think I'm pretty much coming to the end. As the bottom of the slide says, folks, note the search numbers and note the related keywords. So when you put this phrase into your Google search and you're taken to a page full of options and you click on one or two of them as you see fit, please scroll to the bottom of those pages where you will see related keywords and related phrases, and you can use those as well. You can even sprinkle those throughout your blog. I think that was my last slide. Yay, we're back to the beginning.
Excellent. No, that was good. Good information for people, particularly if you don't know. That's really good information. Otherwise, it's not going to get out there to everybody.
Thank you. So, yeah, just as a time filler, I thought I'd put a couple of spare slides on the desktop there. We'll go through them. What do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all related. Go for it.
You know, we've talked about keywords, folks. We've talked about how to optimize our blogs and videos and stuff. But you want to be thinking about who your customers are, like Sasha said earlier. And these are half a dozen questions that I always ask. I recommend you do the same. Ask yourself, firstly, who are they? Well, mine are people who like to watch cameras through drones. Yeah, they're pervy types. What do they do? They go out on the weekends with their children and they fly around football fields and they try not to hit flying aircraft. And where do they hang out? Okay, so the questions really are, who are your customers? What do they do? Let's decide that for yourself. Where do they hang out? It might mean where do they actually hang out offline. It might mean where do they hang out online. I mean, do they use Facebook? Do they use particular forums? Are there groups online that they are in? If they're, let's say...
Could be a drone club.
Yeah, drone club. For example, yachties. You know, if you want to sell a particular product to a bunch of people who like to sail on their boats, well, you might want to go offline. You might want to hit the yacht clubs and put notices up on their notice boards. Where do they hang out? Then what do they want? Ask yourself these questions. It's really, really important. Once you find out where they are, what they do, who they are, what they want, you can ask yourselves, what is stopping them from getting it? Now, it may be that they really, really want this particular widget, this product you're trying to sell, but they can't afford it. So maybe you can provide a solution by dropping your price or giving them some additional bonus or incentive or extra piece of value. But ask yourself the question, what stops them from getting what they want? And then ask yourself, what is it that you think you can do to help them solve this problem? What solution can you offer them to enable them to get what they want? How can you fix this? Dun, dun, dun. Let's see if I can actually move across to the next one. Righto. This is pretty similar, isn't it? But you know, once you're up and running, you've got some people on your list, you've got people who are paying you more attention on social media than others, then you need to be thinking about what differentiates them from people who are not interacting with me. Why do these people want to do business with me? And how can I repeat that? How can I emulate that for my other customers who really don't care about me at all?
Don't cry.
Yes. This is one for Sasha. Okay, Sasha was also spot on earlier. I don't know if you guys remember that far back at the beginning of this training session. She said, go to your competition. Go to people who are doing this really, really well. And it doesn't have to be competition, of course. It can be members of our own SAN, our own network. See what they're doing. It's working for them. Copy it. What are my competitors not doing that I can do is a version of that.
Yeah, don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just copy somebody else who's already doing a really good job.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the thing with entrepreneurs, though, isn't it? We've got to be. We
do, and that's what sets entrepreneurs apart from a person going to work all the time. You know, you start thinking for yourself sometimes a little bit too much, don't you? And you want to reinvent everything, but it's not necessary. Just keep it simple.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yes. is this niche a flash in the pan or a long-term business? Do you know, I actually forgot I wrote that up there. That's a very, very good point. Got to be prepared to have the well you're drinking from maybe dry up at some point in the future. So yeah, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I don't think SAN's going anywhere. I think we're okay with this. But if you're going to be independent, if you're going to push other products, and I think you should for your self-confidence and also to get cash so that you can make those solo ad runs, then yeah, check out your niches. Make sure it's not just a fad, and that you can in fact automate it with your own funnel system and have a residual income, even if it's just, you know, $5-10 a month. It's something, right? You get 10 of those, that's your ad sorted, isn't it?
Yeah. And also, can I just point out, what are your competitors not doing? I think that's a really good thing. Something like video, for example, if they're only putting out one video a week, well, you put out one every day, you know, about something, so that you're in people's faces all the time. It doesn't have to be a long video. If you're not comfortable with video, then blog every day. It doesn't have to be a long blog, you know, but do more than what everybody else is doing, and that way you'll stand out above everybody else.
For sure, yeah. No arguments here.
Yeah.
Make yourself the expert in that niche, you know.
Yeah.
As it should be in your DNA. If you're entrepreneurial, you should want to be the best. You know, when I go out for a run, seriously, this has nothing to do with SEOing or the training session. It's just perhaps a character flaw or my nature. But if I see somebody, you know, and he's on the horizon, I don't care. If he's in front of me, I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
How about we wind this up? What do you reckon?
Yeah, that's it. That's all the slides you've got?
For sure, yeah.
Excellent. All right. I have nothing else to say on SEO. I think we've done it. You've done it. Cool.
Good working with you again, Sasha.
Yeah, nice to see you, Jeff. And I will stop recording now, and we will wrap this up, and I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, take care, everybody.
See ya. See you, everyone.